It's 4:08 in the Motor City. Now, we shared that story with you last week. We're going to Montgomery to check in with Tametria Conner, who is a reporter and anchor for WSFA TV 12 there in Montgomery. She anchors the news at 9 and news shows for that station on Saturday. Tametria, thanks for joining us here in Detroit. How are you this afternoon?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me on your show today.
You know, it's truly my pleasure. You know, normally in the Baptist church, well, everything's changed these days, but normally, and I don't know if there is maybe there's a new normal, I'm not sure, but traditionally in the Black Baptist Church, when the deacons or the Board of Trustees take a vote and make a decision, that generally becomes the law, if you will, for the church. I mean, whatever that decision is, that decision generally stands. This pastor, after having announced that he had misused funds at time, that he had slept with women on the church property, as well as the fact that he has AIDS, after being voted out, he's still showing up on a Sunday morning to deliver the sermon and is being allowed to?
Yes, that is shocking. And as you mentioned, traditionally that does stand. This church is a part of the Baptist Association, which is based out of Nashville, Tennessee. And the deacon that I've been speaking with, Deacon Nathan Williams Jr., and of course I broke this story last week, as you mentioned, he said that the bylaw states that the majority of the membership controls the operations of the church. Therefore, a vote should stand. However, I'm the only one who has been able to speak exclusively with Pastor McFarland on the phone or via text messages. And when I asked him, even before the vote, would he step down on account of the revelations that he, when he got up and confessed everything that he's done, and also his visibly failing health. I mean, he's just not in a position to physically do his pastoral duties. And he said no, that he would not step down. So the attorney has said that he seems to have this type of dictatorship about him, as well as other members. So a lot of people are not shocked by his unwillingness to step down. And, of course, that's why the church has obtained legal counsel, because they said that the court system seems to be the only way that they will be able to take back control of the church.
This is such an interesting story. Most pastors, and we've seen this happen before in churches where something goes awry and the majority of the membership decide they no longer want that pastor to serve. And he packs his bags and he moves on.
Sure.
This case is different. What do you make of the content of your conversation with him? What ground is he standing on? Is he standing on spiritual ground as he makes this decision?
It seems to be a mixture of both spiritual and the fact that he's dying. Again, from my observations, from actually seeing him, and I have done several reports, not here in Montgomery, but I was actually one of 12 journalists nationwide selected to specifically report on an AIDS conference at the United Nations. Just with my experience with interviewing and talking with AIDS patients, he seems to be on his last leg. So it seems to be that he just wanted to get out, things that he had kept secret all of this time. And I didn't get a sense of remorse or a sense of, can you give me an explanation as to why now? If you first contracted HIV in 2003, then you said you had AIDS in '08. Why today, in 2014, what is pushing you to do that? He was not forthcoming with that information. He just seemed to just want to get on with the confessing and then kind of give you this, convoluted perception that divine healing would take place without him taking his medication, and that somehow the church is just supposed to be accepting of this and I guess move forward. But it was kind of, confusing, a shock factor. A lot of people are just not sure how they should feel and what they should do at this point.
He has ceased taking his medication.
He said that he was not going to. Yes, that is correct. He spoke about divine healing. He used several examples from the scripture where men had been healed suddenly. And so that's the kind of, that's why I said it's kind of like, okay, what are you trying to say, or what are you doing here? A lot of people were a little confused about that, but he seems to be mixing, some spirituality and biblical principles to, in a way, justify what he has done.
Tametria, any idea how old he is?
That I have not been able to confirm when I was on the phone with him. I do know that he has been pastor at the Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church for 23 years. He was married twice and divorced twice. His stepson actually contacted me. I was off on yesterday, and that's why John O'Connor did the update. I wrote the information, but he actually fronted that update that you aired on your show. Mm-hmm. But the stepson actually contacted us, and he had some information that he wanted to share about, kind of why that situation with his mom didn't work out. And so I'm hoping to maybe learn some more personally about him. But, of course, as you mentioned, this has rocked not only the Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, but this entire community and this nation. People worldwide, this has been center stage now and a topic of discussion. And at this point, it seems to be that Pastor McFarland is no longer speaking to any media professionals. And, in fact, it seems like I have been the only one that has been able to speak with him and to get him to confirm some of this information.
Well, kudos to you for breaking this story. It is a very, very important story. Now, I've got to ask you this because a lot of my listeners wanted to know last week. And is it Deacon Williams, the senior deacon, who's a former?
Yes.
Okay. Deacon Williams said when McFarland said he had sex with the women on church grounds but not in the sanctuary, Williams said, what difference does it make? In your conversations with McFarland, did you ask him just where those trysts took place?
He did not, again, want to be forthcoming with the specific information. So, that kind of, I don't know if that can say, what that really says about his intentions for this, but he was not willing to share those specific details. But I would have to, you mentioned Deacon Williams' comment, what difference does it make? A lot of people are also asking that same question.
As long as it's on church grounds. What a great story to break. And to still have the exclusivity on it. Let me just say that. He must.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You and anyone else who may be interested in the new developments, because new information is coming out every day. The attorney just filed a lawsuit this morning against him, and you touched on that. But this is obviously a fluid and developing story. I would encourage everyone to like my Facebook page, Tametria Conner, WSFA 12 News, to get the latest information on this, again, story that has kind of taken precedent everywhere.
Yes, it has. Well, again, kudos to you for breaking the story and being I like that. I only want to talk to Mildred Gaddis. I'm not talking to anybody else. I've been living for one of those kind. Listen,
and I also send greetings from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. My mother is Peggy Scott and my dad is Gregory Conner. When I told them that I was going to be on your show, they indicated that you all were classmates. So I'm sending greetings, and I'm also a relative of Mayor Johnny Dupree.
Wait just a second. Gregory and my brother were best friends, and
Absolutely.
Your grandmother used to be over the cafeteria when I was in elementary school.
Absolutely, that's right. Catherine Conner.
And Sheila is your aunt.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to sing greetings. Isn't that something?
I
had no idea.
My goodness, and you're old. You're an adult now.
Yes,
you
yes,
come from
ma'am.
a wonderful,
in the
wonderful
TV
family.
News business over a decade now. So God be the glory.
I love your family. I love your dad. You make sure you tell Greg I said hi. Wow.
I sure will. Thank you again for this opportunity to share this information, and we will keep you updated.
Absolutely. Please. Thank you so much. You made my day.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, my dear.
Have a great
Take
remainder
care
of your day.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Tametria. Bye-bye.